Hey guys, it's Stephanie. I am live. We'll see how long this lasts. I'm stuck at home waiting for new furniture to show up. I'm just gonna get right into it, and as people show up, I will explain. Here's what's going on. They finally had to come out and admit that Carrie Hart is gone. That she is now working at an incubator thing for diversity hire. Hey Aaron, how you doing? Hey man, how you doing? Death Guard. So, and it's for the guys that did Baby Driver and what? I can't remember. Anyway, so she's out at Lucasfilm, and actually, if you look at what she's doing now, and guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like. Great, Aaron. Please hit the like if you're watching, okay? Because I really need those. Anyway, so it really is quite a step down. Now, Lucasfilm sort of smoothed everything over by saying, well, she's a consultant now. No, she's not. They fired her. She's gone. And I was told that Kennedy herself actually let her go. Carrie's big friend, Kathleen. So that's it. So where do we go from here? The war's not over yet. There's no reason to celebrate yet. I am not going to celebrate until I see real significant changes in personnel, till it's announced that the story group has been disbanded. I am not going to back off and do anything different until we see that. And the reason why is this. Oh, I know, Death Guard. I know. Wouldn't that have been freaking awesome? I mean, I gotta tell you, it's been a long time coming now. Ichibaka, if y'all know his blog, has basically, him and Data Racer have been toying with the idea. She's been gone since last summer. It wouldn't surprise me if y'all remember the weird freak out Pablo Hidalgo had. He closed one account, opened up a new one, called it HVAC Solutions, and then, I've got several of the iterations of his bio on Twitter. I saved those. And this stuff has been happening since last summer. I guarantee it. And I think she's been gone since then. I really, really do. I don't have, we just happen to notice it now. But, we still haven't had any real word about what's been going on with Hidalgo. He's been quite a smartass. In fact, yesterday he was celebrating his 19th year at Lucasfilm. Let me ask you guys a question. If you're on Twitter, you ever see him express any public gratitude to George Lucas for even considering hiring him? I haven't. You think you would express some sort of, no, you haven't. Some sort of thankfulness to the guy that hired you, especially somebody like George Lucas, whom we would not be here talking about Star Wars without him. Hey, Stephanie B's in the house. Yo, girl. Hey, thanks for the update. By the way, Stephanie B went on Brian Young's Twitter feed, and he was reporting Carrie Hart is gone, and that the wards are MIA right now. I'm pretty sure they're probably at the funeral, probably wearing black mourning bands, sobbing. Amanda's drunk on $2 Chuck or something like that. I mean, I don't want to laugh. I don't think any of this is funny, actually. But after all the garbage that we've gone through, after all the bullshit crap that these SJW scumbags at Lucasfilm have put us through, to see something going on. He is a horrible person, Death Guard. You're right. I mean, he is. But to see something positive going on is a good sign. I agree with Jeremy. This is a good sign. I agree that more work has to be done, which is why I tell people saddle up and let's ride because it ain't over. All right, we still got things to do. We still need to see more positive things happening. Hey, Jay Cotto's in the house. What's going on, dude? So I am, you know, so they're okay, we got one. I want to see more. I fully expect that whoever takes over for Kathleen Kennedy is awesome. That's good. You got your saber out. I didn't get my blaster, so it's up in my office, which I've got to clean up. But you know, oh, he is. All right, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm gonna go off on this subject because Stephanie B brought it up. Anybody who follows the story of Brian Young and is following EVS's documentary series, where are the wards? Where is that? I want to see that. Knows that Brian Young probably uses his position as Mr. Guru of all Star Wars to chat up young women. And I don't mean 19, 20-year-olds. He was in a chat room with what appeared to be underage girls talking about the Kyle Hux ship. And if you know what shipping is, you know what shipping is. You know what I mean by, a relationship, a sexual relationship between Muleface and Ginger. So, it's kind of gross. I mean, just, and I've always thought it was really weird that it was always straight women who thought of this crap. So anyway, there you go. And he was caught in that chat. He of course left it, but still he was there. And I'm gonna say this. Anybody who thinks, I cut my thumb today, so there you go. Anybody who thinks that he has quit doing that is an idiot, okay? Because guys like that don't quit. I mean, is he a Star Wars fan? No, he's not a Star Wars fan. He's not. You can't like what they did to Luke and Han and be a Star Wars fan. You just can't. I don't know anybody who grew up with the OT, even the prequels, who liked what happened in those stories. Brian Young is basically kissing ass and deliberately, following the SJW order of the day to look popular to somebody. I mean, look, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy follows Jason Ward's Twitter account, makingstarwars.nut. Okay. So, they're going to go out and give her, thank you, Stephanie, thank you, boxing. They're going to go out and preach the religion the gospel according to Kathy Kennedy. Now that they're MIA over all this, it makes me kind of wonder. Now, I'm going to give you a conspiracy theory that people think I'm nuts. Do you guys remember when Bob Iger went nuts and talked about, we're going to have a Captain Marvel theme park and we're going to do all this and that? And then his Twitter account literally was deleted or taken down. He's back on Twitter again. Did anybody find that Captain Marvel tweet to be just a little bit weird? Because I did. I'll explain why. What we know about Jason Ward is that it's perfectly logical to assume that he was the one behind the Disney Star Wars, that Twitter account, that Facebook page that looked like it was run by a real racist alt-right jackass who was, I helped get, bragging that he basically forced, Kelly Marie Tran to leave Twitter. We're just by looking at the IP addresses and where this all came from and where his IP address came from the same area. So it's logical to assume that this person who posted all that crap and took responsibility is him, running a troll campaign to hurt us fans, right? He was never formally attached to Lucasfilm, but he is a consultant, and he's an internet consultant, which makes perfect sense that he would be doing something like this. Now, here's where the conspiracy comes in. Would it shock anybody that somebody attached to that group of people would hack into Iger's account and post something like that? Because here's what happened. Amanda Ward lost her Twitter account, her Rebel Girl Twitter account, and she and her Antifa friend had to shut down the Rebel Girl podcast, which is attached to MakingStarWars.nut. They were very sad to have to do it, but they did it. Okay. I think, and this is just me, that they did something to Iger's Twitter account and got caught. That's me. That's me thinking that. Hey, Stig! Was respect whammon. I'm gonna find out what they're if they're MIA. I'm gonna see what they're saying if they are. Because it would be very interesting to see how they feel, because honestly, now if Carrie Hart was just recently let go, she might have been involved. See, these people are not nice people. Okay, they're not decent people. They will, if they were the ones behind that awful Facebook page, that supposed outright Facebook page that was attacking, that supposedly took responsibility for chasing Kelly Marie Tran off of social media, which is, we all know, is bullshit. Why would it be a reach to see them go that far? No. So there you go. I know I sound like I'm nuts, but hey, it's the age of the internet. People think they're invincible if they're behind a computer. And Jason Ward was obviously hired to chase the old fans off so Kennedy could build a new fan base, and it blew up in her face. Yay. So, I'm watching that closely. And yeah, keyboard warriors, they can fuck themselves. Anyway, hey Mara, I want to ask you a question. I talked to Bonnie a while ago, and I wanted to do a podcast with her about Reylo, and I was wondering if you would like to be part of that, because I really think older fans who have been Star Wars fans since, I think, the beginning, really need to speak up on it. Not that I think it's going to happen. It's not going to be what they think it's going to be. It's not even going to be what I think it's going to be. From what I can gather. Anyway, I would just like it if we had a bunch of women together talking about how dangerous it is, how sickening it is. If you are interested, let me and Bonnie know, either in a comment or, hit one of us up somewhere, and we can plan something. Anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about the Carrie Hart thing, because the consultant thing just screams she was fired. Okay, you don't go from being this senior vice president of, yeah, don't forget to hit the like. Actually, you don't go from senior vice president of development, the last door to get through to Kathleen Kennedy, to going to this new job that she's got, and you don't get turned into a creative consultant. You just don't. It is beyond a demotion. I totally agree with Jeremy on this, that she was fired, and I am absolutely now convinced of it. And you know, I'm yeah, totally demoted. She's gone. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Joey the Gimmicks in the house. So I'm sitting here just waiting for the new furniture to arrive, going, drinking my Diet Cherry 7 Up and, hanging out with y'all because A, I was bored. B, I wanted to, like, actually express myself about this because it is it is a step in the right direction. Yep, she is, man. She is. She's washing lettuce. You know, it is a step in the right direction. I really, really think that these changes have been going on. I would really, really like it if. All right, I gotta. Anyway, we do have a Stephanie. We do have a troll here, a VA. I put him in a timeout, but just watch us, jackass. Um, it, we still have a long way to go. So I put him in a timeout, and I'll probably ban him. So just so that this person knows. All right, get him, Jay. But anyway, I'm, we still have a long way to go. This is a really moment. This is a moment for all of us to kind of sit back and go, okay, which way do we go now? What's the next goal? The next goal is to find out what exactly is happening to me. I want to know. I think we all deserve it. We've been here a long time. We've been fans forever. We've been abused by people at Lucasfilm, and Pablo Hidalgo's the worst one. And he really does need to go. Speaking of a fat-faced, middle-aged punk, that's what he is, and you've got. I'm going to go do that when I'm done. I mean, Jay, if you can actually, I can't do that because I put him in a timeout. I'll find him again. Yeah, and he's probably had his mouth tape shut. But still, why is he still there? All right, why does this guy for the last 6 years has trashed everything George Lucas created? The guy that gave him a chance in the first place. I mean, yesterday, Troll King over there, fat-faced, bald pet Troll King was, hanging out, talking about he'd been there for 19 years. The last 6, he's been trashing. I know. I don't know. The last 6, he's been trashing Star Wars itself. He's obviously bored with what he's doing. He hates the fans, are the customers. You would think if he was a fan, he'd be wanting what we want. You'd think. So, and yet, he's just, still there. And, by the way, the tweet he made, was it yesterday, the day before, about Carrie Hart. Okay, Mara, what I'm going to do is, we'll get together Bonnie, because I don't have my Hangouts set up yet, and I don't trust my computer. I mean, it's one of these touchy, femmy touchscreen Vios that if I ever get an Apple, I'm gonna probably turn this thing into a rifle target. I mean, and I mean it, you know. It drives me nuts. But anyway, so, you know, I mean, Hidalgo's just been doing what? You know, hanging out, trashing fans, the, uh, trashing the, you know, EU, throwing it away. And I'm not going to be on too much longer because my voice will start giving out. But in looking at some of this, and I'm recollecting a lot of the books because when I moved to DC, I got rid of a lot, bought a few more, got rid of them when I moved to Hawaii. It's one of those things where you get paperbacks and you just kind of, okay, I can't take that, I can't take that. And military moves, you always try to lighten it, get as light as possible. Looking at the EU books, looking at the stories, there could have been a lot of great stuff for the streaming service, animated. You could have done a feature animated trilogy of the Thrawn trilogy, and you wouldn't have had to get any actors. Now, granted, it would have been great if it was live action, but, you know. Okay, Sky Talker. All right, I'm going to shut down pretty soon anyway. But, you know, this is what they gave up. These wonderful stories, these great characters. I mean, I can't think of a stronger female character than Leia before, you know, Amy Vincent and the rest of these scumbags got a hold of her. I can't think of a stronger character than her and Han's daughter, Jaina. You know, I really can't. And the idea that they just throw it all away is just, it's like, what the fuck? You know? I mean, first off, you can't Disneyfy Star Wars. You just can't, okay? Lucasfilm should have been set aside as its own unique thing to bring, you know. Yeah, of course they did. Hey, David. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, and I want to tell you guys, James Clark is painting a logo and like painting for me. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be awesome, and I'm really going to start pumping up his channel. He's got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff for sale. He's a really good painter, and I can't wait to see the finished product. It's going to be awesome. It's just going to be fantastic. I'll do an unveiling here, and I've also got a lot of stuff I've ordered recently off of eBay that I want to do an unveiling too, because it's all OT and prequel stuff, and it's you know for the tree in my office, so it's gonna be great. But rats, what rats? I'm not going away yet. Give me a few more. But anyway, you know, there's so many great stories in the EU that they could have used. You wouldn't have had to get Ford, Fisher, and Hamill signed any contracts. You could have done some really beautiful animated stuff. People, I mean, Star Wars fans would have gone to a really good animated feature film if it looked right. Oh, I know we do. We do. I like the outro. Ah, I knew. I'll figure something else out for the outro though. Um, uh, you know, I just found it on an app and I liked it, so I'll do some more to it. But anyway, you know, there's a lot that they could have done with it. So, and because they wanted to do socio-political bullshit instead of leaving Star Wars the way it is, and now it's biting them in the ass. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, you know, by the way, if you guys see that Solo character, He's got to pay his tab. Okay, come on, man. It's been 2 months. Where the hell is he? And where the hell is Chewbacca? I mean, where'd they go? Anyway, I love joking around like that. But it's just too bad they threw it all away. Now they're paying the piper. Heart's gone. Who's next? You know, um, it looks like the hammer's coming down. Maybe he is. No, I just heard a rumor that Solo is flying for the Rebel Alliance now. I don't know why. He didn't seem like a joiner, if you know what I mean. Um, it's found on the Apple Apps thing. It's called Intros. Just type in intros and outros, and you'll find it. And it's pretty cool. But anyway, I am, just kind of sad that they did it this way because we would all gone to, the animated feature Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, The Last Command, and that would have been great. Grand Admiral Thrawn was a great villain to take over for Palpatine. Kind of in that same mode. And there were so many other great stories. Like, I mean, I still can't. Truce of Bakura, when Leia is confronted with Anakin's Force Ghost. Oh my God. And then she's got to go through all this mental anguish because she has, I mean, she doesn't accept Anakin until she goes to Tatooine on that mission with Han. And what's so interesting about that story, and I've said this before, is that it's not her that decides to start listening to the tablet thing that Shmi left for Anakin. It's Han wants to hear more. He's the one that opens up that door. All they'd have to do is just change the names of it. Batu could be Endor or somewhere else. I mean, the thing that Disney Star Wars, the thing that this new Lucasfilm, yeah, he is. He's a seeker. He really, really is. The thing that Lucasfilm is so bad at right now is world building. They don't know how to do it. They're completely at a loss. There's a great video about George Lucas talking about Anakin Skywalker and about what caused him to follow the dark side: jealousy, anger, fear, resentment, and jealousy and jealousy in a way that jealous to take care of Padme. All right, these are the things that turned his world upside down, and he did it to himself. These are the things that Disney Star Wars is missing. It's like they don't expect kids to understand that. All right, so, okay. I understood that when I was a kid. Maybe if you'd have actually done something the older fans would have enjoyed, we could be handing this off to the younger generation instead of going, I'm not going to let my kids see this. Pando Lando? Yeah, they are smarter than they think. I mean, and what's really weird is when you go and revisit some of the stories, you see more. It's the world building, and it's not just the world building for planets and things. Yes, he was. No, they couldn't find their own ass with both hands. You're right, Mara. You know, it's world building with these characters. Luke world building. I mean, Luke's world as a character had to be built. Han's had to be built. Leia's had to be built. All these things are layered, and it's not, because it's not just about. It's not just about you know, building these cultures and these planets, about building the worlds that built these characters. Okay, and they don't know how to do that anymore. They don't respect the genre enough. I'm almost positive that Carrie Hart never, ever, ever, ever cracked open Star Wars: The Magic of Myth or any of the Joseph Campbell stuff. And I wouldn't doubt if Hidalgo never opened it. I mean, he says he did, but he's also a liar, and he was caught today lying. That whole thing about Carrie Hart, he posted yesterday, and then it comes out that she was gone. All right. I mean, maybe he didn't even know if it just happened. Maybe he's gone. I mean, we just don't know. And I think Disney owes us fans some transparency. Now, I know now why we're not getting it, because if, and I'm going to say this, if the shareholders who hold, Bob Iger's job in their paws like this ever found out, they do owe us, ever found out what was really going on at Lucasfilm, they would freak their shit out. Okay? Which is why it's rumor, innuendo, and I get stuff from Hollywood from different sources, and I'm like, oh my God. You can't run a place like that. You can't. I, I, I'm going to use my congressional experience. If an office, if a chief of staff behaved the same way Kathleen Kennedy did, the congressman would look like a jackass and lose his job. He would get voted out. All right. That's exactly what's going on with Lucasfilm. Okay. Exactly. Kathleen Kennedy's incompetent. She hired incompetents, people who had no business working there. This whole idea about the story group is utterly stupid. Why would you need a story group? It also shows something this. I'm going to let you guys go on this. It proves to me, once and for all, that she was never a Star Wars fan. She never studied it. She didn't understand it. She looked at being president of Lucasfilm as a way to shove feminist, hey, Saber, force her feminist agenda without considering how it would fit in the Star Wars world and the sagas. And, I like J.J. Abrams, but I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people are sick of him. And he's really got to step up. And and then I'm going to leave you just one more thing. There's a guy, ATM Cash Point, on Twitter, attacking George Lucas, saying he's a pedo. Basically saying Carrie Fisher was 14 years old when she was in A New Hope, and she was 19, and we all know that. Thanks, Jay. And then saying something about Marion Ravenwood being 15, and the backstory about her and Indy and their failed attempt at a first relationship. No, there isn't any continuity at all. I mean, and that's one thing they're going to have to fix. But anyway, this guy goes on there, and he's basically using those two things as an example. First off, obviously the moron never read Carrie's last book, The Princess Diarist. Carrie admitted to having an affair with Harrison Ford at the time. He's 33 at the time, and married. And I make no judgments about things that happened that long ago. I don't know the whole story, and Harry will never ever say anything out loud about it. He's a very private guy, and he's got new family, and it's really none of our business. Carrie, I think, just wanted to talk about it. I think she felt the need to, and I think she kind of knew that her health wasn't the best, and that's why she started doing what she was doing, and putting these journals out there. I am going to say I think that affair went on a lot longer than 3.5 months or 3 months. I really, really do. You know, you're right. You're right there, Jay. But to sit there and say that Lucas is a pedophile because of what? 14? How fucking ignorant can you be? She was not. Carrie Fisher was 19 when she got the job. She was 19 when she walked on the set. Okay, okay. She actually kind of laughed about the reasons why they made her wear what they made her wear. In that backstory about Marion Ravenwood, I'm sorry. Back in the 20s, shit like that happened all the time. Women always got married to older men. Girls in there between the ages of 15 and 20. If you're 20 years old, yeah, he was 17. I just, this is how stupid this person is. So if you go on there, I did a video, I posted the tweets on the video at ATM Cash Point. Crush his ass for me. Oh, they are Hesses, whatever that is. All right. So anyway, I gotta go. I'm really hoping beyond hope that they show up with the furniture. I'd like to go back and see my horse for a little bit. I only spent like 10 minutes with her today. And she was like, what? And she might have thrush in her right front foot. And I had to put medicine on it. And that's about all I did. And she was like, so, she didn't get treats though. She got her peppermints. So anyway, so thanks guys for stopping by. You're right, Jay. And I'll talk to you guys later. If there's any more news, I'll make another video. So you guys, there's my thumb with the bandage on it. I don't know how I cut my finger. I'll see you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina. Make sure you tip the Wookiee bartenders. And, don't piss off the bouncers, okay? Because I can't control them when they start throwing